Good day everyone! Before we proceed to our discussion, let me introduce first the Dust 6 Machines member, the Hustlers, Aaron De La Cruz and Bea Alain Sebastian, the Hackers, Brent Bellarmino and Joel Navarro, the Hipsters, Kimberly Magno and Julia Dumayag. And now we are here to discuss the Pareto's Principle. Pareto's Principle history. The Pareto Principle is named after Italian economist Wilfredo Pareto, who in 1906 observed his country Italy and found out that 80% of its land was owned by only 20% of the people. So, yung Pareto Principles ay nauugnay siya sa yaman at populasyon. Ayon sa naobserbahan ni Wilfredo Pareto, 80% ng lupain sa Italy is pag-aari ng 20% ng populasyon ng tao nila. The study extended and found out that the 80 to 20 thing also transpire in another country. So si Wilfredo Pareto, after niya nag-observe sa Italy, nag-observe din siya sa iba't ibang bansa and natagpuan niya na may mga bansa na kapareho lang ng sa bansa nila na 80 ng lupain ng bansa na yon is pagmamay-ari lang din ng 20% ng populasyon. Furthermore, the Pareto Principle, now mostly called as the does not imply on the land ownership only. It can actually be seen in the many aspects of society, business, and life in general. So, the Pareto Principle can be applied in a wide range of areas such as manufacturing, management, and human resources. So, kung mag-example ako is, kung i-apply natin siya is sa business na lang since marami naman ng mga tao ngayon yung nagbi-business especially here in Philippines. So halimbawa na lang kung mayroong 20% ng employee ng corporation mo is magaling or desidido sa task niya, maaari siyang kumita ng 80% sa kumpanya. Maaaring gamitin ang Pareto's Principles lalo na sa mga negosyong nakabatay sa serbisyo ng kliyente or kung paano ka makikipag-negotiate. In business, 20% of the workers produce 80% of the result. So, 20% ng mga nagtatrabaho is kayang mag-produce ng 80% na kita. 20% of the customers create 80% of the revenue. So, 20% ng mga customers na tumatangkilik sa negosyo mo is kayang bigay ng revenue na 80%. 20% of the product accounts for 80% of the sales. So, yung mga product account is, kung 20% yung imalalabas mo doon, maaari kang makapagpasok ng 80% na sales. Within the society, 20% of criminals commit 80% of crimes. So, alam naman natin dito sa bansa natin na nagkalat na yung mga criminals and hindi na natin kayang pigilan yung iba na mag-commit ng crime. So, napakalaki kung i-estima natin na 20% ng population dito sa bansa is kayang mag-commit ng 80% na crimes. 20% of beer drinkers drinks 80% of beer in the world. So, sa pausbong na panahon, padami ng padami yung mga drinkers or yung mga taong umiinom ng alcoholic drinks. So, 80% na drinks yung kaya nilang inumin dito sa buong mundo. 80% of factory pollution originates from 20% of all factories. Next is 20% of students have grades 80% or higher. Let's move in life in general. 20% of an average person's activity is the reason for 80% of his progress. So, 20% daw sa taong kayang gumawa ng kanyang mga tasks or activities sa everyday is kayang mag-provide or kayang mag-succeed yung progress niya ng 80%. Kung talagang dedikado siya or may dedication siya sa ginagawa niya. 80% of happiness brought about by friendship actually comes from 20% of your friends only. So, hindi lahat ng friends mo is kaya kang bigyan ng happiness or yung real happiness na hinahanap mo. So, 80% lang yung happiness na maipoprovide sa'yo ng 20% na kaibigan mo.
So, dito naman tayo sa analogy ng Pareto's Principle. Nakita natin dito na yung 20% ng input is nagpo-produce siya ng 80% doon sa mismong output. At yung 20% naman na yun, yung tinatawag natin na vital few. At yung parang kabaliktaran naman ito na pag yung 80% ng input is nagpo-produce naman siya ng 20% doon sa output. At yung 80% yun yung tinatawag na trivial many. So dito parang pag sinubukan natin siyang i-apply sa work ng tao, na pag yung binibigay mong effort is 20% lang dun sa work na ginagawa mo, re-result siya ng maaari siyang magbigay or mag-result ng 80% na negative or yung hindi magandang outcome dun sa trabahong ginawa mo. So dito naman sa isa, na kapag yung binigay mo naman yung effort mo na 80%, mas bababa yung tendency na magbigay na mag-result siya ng hindi maganda. So, parang sasabi ito na kung mas pagbibigyan mo ng effort, mas bibigyan mo ng pansin yung ginagawa mo, mas magiging valid or magiging kanais-nais yung magiging result ng trinabaho mo.
What does it indicate? It simply indicates that most things in life are not equally distributed, leading to the fact that the 80-20 rule implies that in any given situation, 80% of the effects is produced by 20% of the causes. Is it always 80-20? No. It could actually be a lot steeper, 85-15, 90-10, 93-7, etc. It can also be a bit smaller, 70-30, 74-26, etc. Is it always 100 when added? No. It could be also 85-20, 74-10, 91-32, etc. Ito yung Pareto's Principle, yung nagbibigay ng hindi pantay na pagitan ng mga sanhi at epekto nito. At di na kailangan magdagdag ng mga tiyak na porsyento upang magkaroon ng 100%. Ang mga numero na 80 at 20 ay ginagamit bilang pangkalahatang gabay lamang. Ang mahalagang konsepto ay ang hindi pantay na distribusyon ng epekto, hindi ang tiyak na porsyento nito. Why is it being called the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 thing in relation to its nowadays application should not be treated as exact entities but rather a symbolic number. Ito yung pangunahing ideya ay ang isang kakaunting bagay ng mga inputs o mga kadahilanan ay karaniwang may labis-labis na malaking epekto sa mga resulta o bunga nito. Ito yung pangkalatang gabay na ginagamit upang mabigyan diin sa hindi pantay na pagitan ang mga sanhi at epekto sa iba't ibang pangyayari mula sa ekonomiya at negosyo hanggang sa pamamahala ng oras at paglutas ng mga problema. No matter what the ratios are, the bottom line is, it leads us to certainly that minority of the causes produce the majority of the effects. Same as on the other side that the majority of the causes produce the minority of the effects. This teaches us to focus on the more important aspects of life, the vital few, making us to do more by doing less. Ito yung maaari kang magtagumpay ng higit sa pamamagitan ng pagtuon ng mga bagay na tunay na mahalaga, na kung saan ang maliit na porsyento ng iyong pagsusumikap ay maaaring magdulot ng malaking resulta.
How can Pareto's Principle be applied in business? To increase revenue, you could try to increase sales. The more you sell, the more profits you should make. Negotiate better deals with your suppliers. Cut excess overheads. Companies often retrench to staff to do so. Increase prices. If you can sell the same amount of goods at higher prices, you will make more profits, and so on. In short, eliminate waste and improve the process, which is Lean Six Sigma. From our previous discussion, Lean focuses on eliminating waste, thus improving speed and efficiency, and Six Sigma focuses on process improvement by eliminating defects, thus improving quality. combining the two, which is called Lean Six Sigma. It solves all issues within a system, thus ensuring profits for business. The question now is, how can a company do all these things simultaneously? Of course, no. Why? Because in business, you generally don't have the resources, time, energy, and management focus to do everything at once. Hindi natin kaya ng isang bagsakan. Secondly, the Pareto principle teaches us that not everything is equally important. So ituturo sa atin at ipapakita na hindi lahat ng bagay ay pantay-pantay. Dapat may mas angat na dapat unahin or mas bigyan ng atensyon. What we should do is identify those actions, the vital few, that will result in the biggest increase in profits, then focus on it. So sabi ko nga kanina, dapat may mas angat at iyon na nga yung tinatawag na vital few. Not using 80-20 wisely may cause the business to prioritize the least important, which is definitely do not constitute a leap forward. Now, this is our business model canvas that we presented in the last video. So sa 9 boxes or parts ng BMC, maaari magkaroon ng ways and we cannot solve them ng sabay-sabay. So we need to analyze and use the Pareto principle to see the vital few. Now, malalaman natin kung ano ang dapat i-prioritize or dapat unang bigyang solusyon.
Dito naman sa Pareto chart, nakakatulong siya para sa mga nagtatayo ng business, para mas makita nila kung ano pa yung mga kailangan pagtuunan ng pansin o yung mas kailangan i-improve dun sa business na itinayo nila. So dito, para makita natin na yung vital few is yung delay in room service, delay in room allocation, and waste food. So it simply says na ito yung mga kailangan natin i-improve dun sa ating business. Dahil dito nga lumalabas sa mga reviews ng mga tao kung ano pa yung may worst experience sila or hindi nila nagustuhan. Gaya ka ng sabi kanina na the more na binibigay mo yung effort mo dun sa trabahong ginagawa mo or yung mas binibigyan mo ng oras sa pag-iisip sa pagtatayo ng negosyo mo, mas mapapababa mo yung possibility na magkaroon ka ng mga bad reviews or mga negative o hindi ka nais-nais na magiging outcome dun sa itinayo mo.
Now we will discuss the Pareto chart using Excel. So in this chart or in this Excel, we will be using the cleaning products na kakailanganin namin for our business, which is the Rags to Riches cleaning services. So, yung mga items na nakalagay dito or the cleaning products nga na gagamitin namin. And the items are nakasort siya into alphabetical order. Now, isort natin tong number of sales into from largest to smallest. And ayusin lang natin tong numbering. Ayan. So, now that the number of sales ay nakasort na in descending order, so now we have to add up all the entries in the number of sales. So, to do that, para ma-add natin lahat yan, just click this auto sum and then just click enter. And then, now that we have the total number of the sales, we will now proceed to the CF, wherein ang CF ay ang cumulative frequency. Ibig sabihin, we will add all the number of sales in succession. Ibig sabihin, ito, add natin, but in succession. So, to do that, just press equals, and then click the first row in the number of sales. And then, in the next cell, just click this plus this, and then enter. And then now, pwede mo na yung i-copy-paste dun sa ibang cells. So, para malaman mo if your formula is correct, check mo lang kung magkamukha ba tong itong dulo ng cumulative frequency at itong sum ng number of sales. So, magkamukha naman. So, it means na tama naman yung ginawa natin. And then, now, let's proceed naman sa percent. So, in percent, it is the percentage of numbers of sales according to its sum. So, ito percentage ng number of sales according dito sa sum ng number of sales natin. So, to do that, you have equals ulit, equal signs. Then, click this cell, slash sign. Itong slash sign, ibig sabihin yan, division. And then, click this cell. And then, para ma-fix natin na ito yung makiklik niya, para pag kinapi-paste natin, ito lang yung ma-fix ito. We have to add $sign. And then enter. So, yeah, let's check. Enter natin, then copy-paste to the other cells. 16, yan, tama naman. Tapos, you see na hindi naman siya naka-percentage style. To do that, you just have to highlight the cells. And then, punta ka dito sa section ng number. And then, press this percent. Now, meron ka ng numbers in with percentage symbol. But we have these cells in percentage form. Kailangan natin magkaroon ng decimal, 1 decimal. So, to do that, you have to right-click, and then punta ka sa format cells. And then, lagay mo dito kung ilang decimal place yung gusto mo. So, in this case, we will put 1. Ayan, so okay na. Now, let's proceed dun sa cumulative percent. So, in cumulative percent, ito naman, we will add all the percent in succession. So, it's like the cumulative frequency, pero based naman siya sa dito sa percentage natin. So, if the cumulative frequency based siya sa number of sales, now the cumulative percent based naman dito sa percentage natin. And so, to do that, have equals, ganun lang din sa ginawa natin kanina, plus this cell, then copy-paste to the other cells. So now, let's proceed sa paggawa ng chart, since tapos na tayo sa ating formulas. So, let's highlight this item types, and then number of sales, and then the cumulative percentage. Now, punta tayo sa insert, recommended charts, and so gagamitin natin will be the clustered column. So, let's press OK. So, now that we have this chart, let's click the orange line wherein na naka-highlight doon yung cumulative percent. So, click that, and then punta tayo sa add chart element, and then data labels, and then below. So, now that we have the final look for our Pareto's chart, so na-edit na natin to. We changed the color to design and the fonts, and we also have the legends. This is the Pareto's principle, diba? So, also known as the 80-20 rule. So, it states that roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the cost. So, to locate the vital few, we will use the 80-20. So, this is the 80%. So, sundan natin yung linyang yan. So, now, ito na yung vital few. So, nakita natin ang pinakamataas will be the toilet bowl cleaner, the multi-purpose cleaner, and the garbage bag. So, that will be our vital few. Using this chart, it helped us to locate the vital few, which means yung vital few na yun yung mga kailangan natin bigyan ng focus, ng attention, since ito yung mga products na binibigyan tayo ng profit. By focusing and recognizing on the vital few, we can optimize the processes and allocate the resources efficiently and improve our decision making. So ito ay game changer talaga for productivity, for cost reduction, at sa ating customer satisfaction. Hindi naman dahil na-locate natin yung vital few, kakalimutan na natin yung ibang product. So it also needs, they also need attention, and we must not forget about the other cleaning products since kailangan din natin yan for our business. So, in a nutshell, the Pareto principle is a key to achieving more with less. So, it's a principle na very vital for our business because it will lead us to greater success and efficiency.
How can Pareto's principle be applied in business? To increase revenue, you could try to increase sales. The more you sell, the more profits you should make. Negotiate better deals with your suppliers. Cut excess overheads. Companies often retrench to staff to do so. Increase prices. If you can sell the same amount of goods at higher prices, you will make more profits, and so on. In short, eliminate waste and improve the process, which is Lean Six Sigma. From our previous discussion, Lean focuses on eliminating waste, thus improving speed and efficiency, and Six Sigma focuses on process improvement by eliminating defects, thus improving quality. Combining the two, which is called Lean Six Sigma, it solves all issues within a system, thus ensuring profits for business. The question now is, how can a company do all these things simultaneously? Of course, no. Why? Because in business, you generally don't have the resources, time, energy, and management focus to do everything at once. Hindi natin kaya ng isang bagsakan. Secondly, the Pareto principle teaches us that not everything is equally important. So ituturo sa atin at ipapakita na hindi lahat ng bagay ay pantay-pantay. Dapat may mas angat na dapat unahin or mas bigyan ng atensyon. What we should do is identify those actions, the vital few, that will result in the biggest increase in profits, then focus on it. So sabi ko nga kanina, dapat may mas angat at iyon na nga yung tinatawag na vital few. Not using 80-20 wisely may cause the business to prioritize the least important, which is definitely do not constitute a leap forward. How Pareto principle be applied to our daily lives? Under social interaction, in our daily lives, we used to interact with different people with different background, religions, beliefs, genders, and races. Or in other words, we interact with people of different walks of life. Out of those many people na nakaka-interact natin, only few people lang ang totoong nakakapagpasaya sa atin. Halimbawa, sa 20 na tao na nakakausap natin, 5 lang ang totoong nakakapagpasaya sa atin. 5 lang ang dadamayan tayo sa lungkot man o saya ng buhay. But the thing is, binibigyan natin ng equal amount of effort and time yung 20 na taong iyon. And using the Pareto principle, ipapakita sa atin yung 5 tao na vital few kung tawagin na dapat nating mas bigyan ng pansin and ma-minimize the time and effort na binibigay natin sa ibang tao. So what will be the result if we see the vital few? We can save time. And of course, we can dedicate our remaining time for more important activity. Halimbawa is me time or self-care time kung tawagin, which are exercising, meditating, studying, or even spend time with family.
How can Pareto's principle be applied in a relationship? Paano nga ba ito na-i-apply sa isang relasyon? Sa isang relasyon, hindi naman kailangan ng mataas na ng mahabang oras para maipakita mo yung pagmamahal mo sa kanya. Kahit na maliit na oras lang ito, basta sa kanya ka lang nakapokus at wala kang ibang bagay na ginagawa, walang magiging problema sa relasyon niyo. Halimbawa na lang, may mag-asawa, yung lalaki galing trabaho, umuwi sa bahay nila, may dalang regalo para sa asawa niya. Tapos meron silang 4 hours na magkasama. para sa isa't isa. Kaso lang yung babae, hindi pa rin masaya. Kasi nga, yung asawa niya, may ibang bagay na ginagawa. Hindi sa kanya nakapokus. Naglalaro lang siya ng ML, o kaya nanonood ng NBA, o kaya matutulog lang. Tapos pagkagising, hindi man lang niya mapansin yung asawa niya, ganun. So, unahin pa rin niya mag-cellphone. Yun naman sa pangalawang mag-asawa, yung lalaki, wala man lang kahit anong dala. Tapos 1 to 2 hours lang sila magi-spend ng time para sa isa't isa. Pero yung 1 to 2 hours na yun, masaya na sila kasi nga sa kanilang dalawa lang nakalaan yun. Walang ibang bagay na hadlang sa 2 oras nila na yun. Nag-uusap lang sila sa mga bagay na kung ano nangyari sa buong araw nila. Pag-uusapan nila yung mga sa pangarap nila, ganun. Yung sa kanilang dalawa lang yung oras na yun. Yung walang ibang bagay silang gagawin. Hindi naman kasi kailangan ng mga materialis na bagay para maipakita mo yung pagmamahal mo. Kailangan mo is magbigay ka ng buong attention sa taong mahal mo. Kumbaga yun na yung vital few doon. Kahit na maliit na oras lang, basta na bibigay mo ng buo yung attention mo sa taong mahal mo. At dun yung halimbawa kung paano na i-apply ang Pareto's Principle sa isang relasyon.
Sa day-to-day usual activity, ito yung sa panonood ng TV, paglalaro ng mga games tulad ng Mobile Legends, PUBG at iba pa, paggamit ng mga social media tulad ng Facebook, YouTube, Twitter at Instagram, paninigarilyo at pag-inom ng alak kasama yung mga tropa. Ang tawag dito ay short-term benefits counterproductive at nagdudulot ito ng sleeplessness, unhealthy body, unhealthy mind, irritability, lack of focus, unfinished activity, waking up late, at low grades. Kung susumahin, ang total nito ay na magugugol mong oras ay mga 12 hours, samantala sa pag self-study, pagkakaroon ng family bonding, pag-exercise, at kasama mo yung mga real friends, ang tawag dito ay long-term benefits productiveness na nagdudulot ng good sleep, healthy body, healthy mind, patience, focus, organized, on-time activity, at high grades. Kung susumahin, ang total nito na magugugol mong oras ay mga 2 hours lamang. Samantala, makikita dito sa short-term benefits, ang nagugugol mong oras ay 12 hours, sa long-term naman ay 2 hours. Sa short-term kasi, ito yung mga pampalipas oras na lamang at para sa leisure mo lamang to. At wala tong kinalaman sa future mo. Samantala sa long-term naman, sa 2 hours na ito yung mga mahalagang bagay na maging successful ka sa buhay at may kinalaman ito sa future mo. Kung sa short-term benefits ay babawasan mo yung 12 hours mo at ay gagawin mo lamang na 3 hours, samantala sa long-term naman ay ang 2 hours mo ay mas magugugol ka ng oras dahil ito yung mahalaga at gagawin mo tong mga 6 hours. Sa 6 hours na to, ito yung mas lalaki ang chance mo na maging successful ka sa buhay o mas maganda ang magiging future mo.